Someone's reaction time can be measured by them catching a falling ruler. Remember that reaction time is the time between a need to act and someone actually acting. There are many ways to measure this, but let's look at a common classroom method in detail. In step 1, hold the ruler between the fingers of someone's hands so that they line up with the 0 centimeter mark on the ruler. Here we see two people doing this test. One holds a ruler vertically and the other stands ready to catch it. They have their top finger ready at the 0 centimeter mark. This is really important as we need to know the distance that they catch the ruler at is the same distance it fell. In step 2, without warning, drop the ruler so that it falls between the person's fingers. The first person releases the ruler so that it falls down. It's really important that the catcher is given no indication of when the ruler will be released. We're measuring how long it takes them to notice the ruler falling and react. In step 3, the other person will close their fingers and catch the ruler as soon as they react to it falling. So our catcher reacts and grabs the ruler by closing their hand. Since their hand was ready to catch and the time it takes them to close it is negligible, the only thing we're testing is their reactions. And in step 4, their reaction time can be determined using the distance the ruler fell before it was caught. The slower the person reacts, the further the ruler would have fallen before it was caught. Remember that we started the experiment with the catcher's top finger on the 0 centimeter mark. So where that finger is now is the distance the ruler fell. Generally, for someone with good reactions, this will be somewhere between 1 and 30 centimeters. If we wanted to, we could translate this into a time by using the fact that the ruler would have been falling with an acceleration of 9.8 meters per second squared. But at GCSE, you won't need to do this calculation. You can instead compare reaction times by comparing the measured distances. This could be between different people taking the test or under different conditions, like having distractions in the room. Now let's have a look at some ways you might see reaction times measured outside of the classroom. Reaction times can also be measured electronically. Having times measured by a computer is useful, as it's more precise and removes human error. For example, if we had someone manually use a timer, then their reactions would affect the results. So the person presses a button in response to a light or sound. In a typical test, a person will have their finger on a button and be waiting to hear a sound or see a light turn on. The sound will randomly play or the light will randomly turn on, which gives a cue to the person at the button. A time will also be logged for when this cue is given. The person reacts and presses the button. This logs a second time, and the computer uses the time difference to record the person's reaction time. In an exam, you could be asked to describe a simple method of measuring reaction times or analyse and critique a given method. For example, some people react more quickly to sounds rather than visual cues. So there might be bias only using one type of cue with this method.
Thanks for watching. If you want to take your GCSE revision to the next level, head over to launchpadlearning.com and check out our smart learning platform that's been designed to get you top results in your exams. We cover your whole specification and make revision fun with interactive quizzes, easy to follow videos and more. You'll be kept motivated by your own AI tutor who's here to support you every step of the way. To check it out for yourself, click here. Or click here to keep watching a selection of the videos from our full GCSE Physics course. See you there!